There's a time for everything, a time to succeed and a time to fail. And sometimes trying to succeed when it's not time can lead to failure. And in this video, I'm going to show you the best time to succeed that has been proven over the years, that if you dare do the things you need to do to succeed in this time space, you are surely going to succeed, guaranteed.
It's China. I'm an expert global business solutions expert and your real estate success strategist known as the mayor of Calgary.
Welcome to the recap of our live stream, where every Sunday by 6 p.m. GMT +1, we are live, where we take you on a topic for 30 minutes and you get to ask questions on any topic that has to do with live business and money for another 30 minutes, and I'll answer you live on YouTube. And after that, we also give away money to those that succeed in answering our own questions, or sometimes those that ask questions. And because we are 30,000 subscribers on this channel, we give away 30,000 naira to 10 people. When we get to 40,000 subscribers on this channel, we'll be giving away 40,000 naira to 10 people, because we are building the most educative and generous YouTube channel in Africa. However, during the live stream, sometimes it can be rowdy because most people are just trying to catch up with the chat and trying to ask their questions. So each topic we do on the live stream, we take the recap in this cool, calm, calculated environment for those that want to dig deep into the topic of the day. And the last topic we had was the best time to succeed. The best time to succeed is so important that if you do the right thing at the wrong time, you'll fail. If you do the wrong thing at the right time, you fail. You need to learn how to do the right thing at the right time for you to succeed. So there's a time for everything in the world, a time to succeed, and success love speed. So for you to succeed, you need to learn how to manage time. But time management is a myth, because you cannot manage time. You can only manage yourself. And those that say, I don't have time, or I'm looking for time, you can't find time, because there is no extra time anywhere in the world. Once the clock hits 12 midnight, it is over for that day. And every day is always 24 hours. No day will you find more than 24 hours. So you can only leverage on time. You can't get extra time. And the law of relativity makes time relative, that when you are going through a wonderful, sweet time, when you are in bliss, 1 hour appears like 1 minute. When you are in limbo, 1 minute appears like 1 hour. So to make time even more compressed for you, you need to enjoy succeeding so much that you succeed and a year will look like a day. So success is what you do in time. And the greatest thing you can do in time for you to succeed is productivity. So you need to be loyal to the time of success and noble to the time of success. And the greatest show of nobility and loyalty to time is productivity. And for you to be productive, a lot of things have different gestations and take different time. So there are 10 timelines for you to succeed. Number one, your lifetime. You need to have a goal so profound and big enough that if you succeed in getting that goal in your lifetime, you would have fulfilled your life purpose. And that goal needs to be so big and so daunting, it will take you a lifetime for you to succeed. And my lifetime goal, for instance, in real estate is to own 10,000 units of rental properties that dole out passive income in rent. The next timeline for you to succeed is 20 years. 20 years is enough time for you to succeed if you are not working smart, because a decanter says it takes 20 years of hard work for you to become an overnight success. So 20 years is the time it takes for you to conquer your industry. For instance, in real estate, it took me 20 years to go from a broke graduate to where I am today, because I wasn't working smart. So for those that just do the numbers and do the grind, if you're focused and you're working hard enough, to take you 20 years for you to become an overnight success. But you can shorten that to the next timeline of 7 years if you're working smart. Because Eddie Cantor said it takes 20 years, but Malcolm Gladwell in his book, The Outliers, found out it takes 10,000 hours of working smart. And if you prorate 10,000 hours to about 2 to 3 or 4 hours a day, it will take you 7 years. So it takes 7 years of smart work for you to conquer your industry. And the goal you should set is to be the number one in your industry. If you are in oil and gas, in 7 years of working smart, you should be number one. If you're in real estate like I am, in 7 years of working smart, you should be number one. And the 3 things that will help you work smart is when you have a mentor that has gone the way, become the way, and shows the way. Number 2, when you work with that mentor to mitigate against mistakes, learning from the mentor's mistakes. Number 3, when you are so passionate about the industry that you study everything in the industry and see how to optimize and maximize the efficiencies of the industry, then it will take you 7 years to conquer. The next timeline is a year. In a year, you should have a big enough goal that should make the year worthwhile. And every year, you should have one annual goal that is worth it for the year. Most years that you don't improve, you are not having a new year. If you don't grow into a new year and you are the same person you are this year, last year, you are not having a new year, you are having an old year repeated in the new year. So your annual goal should be annual growth for you never to repeat a year by not becoming the same person in every year. Then every quarter you should have a goal that is big enough to shift the needle for your business. Like you have a goal of starting a new estate. You should have in each quarter when you buy the land, when you do the documentation, when you start all that. So all the activities you need, you prorate them and choose the chunk that you can finish in every quarter, that when you succeed in that quarter, to move the needle of the business and make it significant. Then monthly, you should be able to achieve enough in your life to be able to take care of all your monthly requirements and still leave a profit. So if you're earning 10,000 naira and your monthly expenses is 15,000 naira, you are in deficit of 5,000 naira. You need to work hard to start making 20,000 so that after spending 15,000, you are in net positive profit of 5,000 naira. So every month, your goal should be to leave a net positive above your monthly livelihood. As Jim Rohn will say, that those that their salaries don't remain till the end of the month, they have too much month. Their month is more than their money. So, but those, the goal should make your earning more than your month. So the next timeline is a week. In every week, you should have 3 major MVPs for the week. The 3 things that if you achieved in a week will move you towards your goal, and they must be sizable enough. And the next time chunk or timeline for success is a day. Every day you should have one thing, your most valuable priority, that if you achieve in that day, you move yourself forward. And most times it has to do with the fundamental thing of your business. Like most businesses, is a sell or die affair. If any day you are not marketing and selling, prospecting and selling, if you are not doing your numbers in the sales calls and sales meeting, then you don't have an MVP for the day. So your day, you should have an MVP that moves the daily meta goal needle. And finally, the last timeline to succeed apart from a day, because sometimes there are things you do in a day once in a while, but those things you do repeatedly in a day is called daily. And that's the last timeline to succeed. And in all this, we're going to choose and find out which of them is actually the best time for you to succeed, whether it's in 20 years, in a lifetime, or a week, a month, a day, or daily. The only thing better than a good timing, because timing is everything in life and success, but there's one thing better than a good timing, which is a good habit. So for you to maximize time, you need to maximize your habits, because habits make time so efficiently used that sometimes you do these actions efficiently and so second nature that you don't even think about them. And the best book that emphasizes the best success habits is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of these 7 habits. The habit number 1 is you have to be proactive. Proactive just has to do with one word: taking responsibility, because all our choices and everything we do is our responsibility. So proactive people act with intention rather than reaction. Non-proactive people react to life. Proactive people are intentional about life and are able to respond to life. And that's why Stephen Covey called responsibility in that book responsibility, the ability to respond. So be proactive enough and create habits of proactivity. The second thing you need to do to create the habit of success is to begin with the end in mind. Great people are visionaries. Great successful people can see the end product from the beginning, and that fuels their drive towards getting to the end. Most people don't know that there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So searching for the end of the rainbow becomes tiring and wearying. But when you know there's a pot of gold and that gold is going to worth the journey 1,000 times, you're going to go there with much drive, clarity, and intentionality. The 10th thing is putting first things first, learning how to prioritize. In the book, there's a prioritization triangle of the things that are important and urgent, the things that are unimportant and not urgent, the things that are important and not urgent. If you learn how to categorize all your activities for the day to the ones that are important and urgent and do them, and avoid especially the third quadrant of things that are unimportant and unurgent, you'll be able to maximize your time and succeed in the best time. The fourth thing is to think win-win. This is the antithesis to most people that are thinking of competition, because competition says, I win, you lose. But collaboration, which is the new competition, says, I win, you win. So successful people know how to collaborate more than compete. They want a scenario that ensures that everybody wins, because they love teamwork, and team means together everybody achieves more. Team, together everybody achieves more. So they like to work in a win-win teamwork, because teamwork makes the work work. Number 5 is they seek to understand, then be understood. Most successful people are masters of listening, because they want to listen to understand, not listening to reply or just listening. So that is very fundamental, and I've been trying to improve that. That's one of the skills that I've been working on myself, and a habit I've been working on to develop myself. And it's been difficult because I'm a talkative. I love to talk more than I listen, but after reading that book, I've been forcing myself to not just listen to reply, because most times when I'm listening, I'm trying to process what you're saying so that I'll know what I'll say. But this book says don't listen to reply, listen to understand. And then number 6, which is very powerful, is synergy. Successful people synergize. Synergy is when there's synchrony between two people, that this person of 10 ability synchronizes with this person of 10 ability, and instead of bringing out a 20 outcome, they bring out an outcome of 30 and above. Sometimes it might even be 200. So synergy brings the flow and synchrony of work multiplication and exponential explosion of results. And then finally, the 7th habit that is most important, that is even more important than all the other habits, because that's the habit that trains the capacity and the container that does the other habits, which is you. It means sharpening the saw. Sharpening the saw is continually renewing yourself in the 4 dimension of who you are. You're a physical being, you're a mental being, you're an emotional being, and you're a spiritual being. So mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual renewal and improvement, and commitment to constant and never-ending improvement in those 4 areas will make you more efficient and better at handling the other 6 habits. So those 7 habits are the summary of the 7 habits of highly effective people. And if you want to be effective and win, you might need to consider every one of those habits, or just get the book and read the book. But one worst habit that, even in the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, this has been found to be one of the reasons most people don't succeed. And that habit is the habit of procrastination. Janet Daly said, someday is not a day of the week. So anybody that says I'll do something someday is procrastinating. And I say later is a date only in a fool's calendar. Anybody that says I'll do it later is procrastinating. And I have a quote that says action and now are the best allies. The closer action and now are, the more powerful they are. The more apart action and now are, the less powerful they are. So action and now love being close together. So the closer action and now is, the better. And it's easier for you to take action when you are young, and you are younger today than tomorrow. So it's easier and better for you to take action today than tomorrow. The more you procrastinate, the more the heaviness and the difficulty in taking the action. So the worst habit is the habit of procrastination. The good news is that the best habit is the habit of intentionality. Being intentional is the best habit. Being intentional of what you think, what you say, what you do, what you consume. Being intentional to watch this video to the end is the best habit. Being intentional to do the things you learn in this video is the best habit. And the real power of consistency is not in mere repetition, but the intentionally getting better with each repetition. That's what makes repetition the mother of all skills. Repetition is not the mother of all skills without intentional improvement. The difference between repetition and insanity is improvement, because Albert Einstein said insanity is repeating the same action and expecting a different outcome. It's only when you refine and improve that you are intentional. And one of the greatest leadership coaches of the world, John C. Maxwell, said, an unintentional life accepts everything and does nothing. An intentional life embraces only the things that will add to the mission of significance. So if you want to be intentional, you must have the intentional time for you to succeed. And Annie Della said the best time is a day, because how we spend our day, of course, determines how we spend our life. So with all this, we can now conclude that the best time for you to succeed is daily. You don't succeed in a day, you don't succeed in a week, you don't succeed in a month, you don't succeed in a year, you don't succeed in 7 years, you don't succeed in 20 years or a lifetime. You succeed daily. It is the things you do daily that will lead to success and your life. And one of the best books that emphasizes the importance of daily success is Atomic Habits by James Clear. That has been recent. One of the books before now is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. The Compound Effect and Atomic Habits are same bed of different nomenclature and different times. So the book Atomic Habits teaches us that success is built in tiny, intentional, consistent, daily micro changes that compounds with time. And I'll give you a summary of the principles of the book. Number one, it says focus on creating a system and not goals. A system that gives you directions, makes the habit easy and compulsory, and that will make sure you are doing the habits daily. Second, do identity-based habits. People are able to stick to who they are more than what they are supposed to do. If you have the identity of an athletic person, you know an athletic person exercises every day. It becomes easier for you to exercise. But if you don't see yourself as an athletic person, you see yourself as a lazy person, asking you to exercise becomes incongruent with your identity. So creating identity-based habits makes them more one with you and congruent with you, and makes them easier for you to do. Number three is the law of behavior change. Says that for you to change your behavior, you need to make the change of the good habit more obvious, more attractive, more easy and satisfying. For instance, if you want to go jog in the morning, arrange the shoes and the jogging clothes next your bed so that it's easier for you to wear your clothes when you wake up. If you want to stop eating junk food, get them away from your fridge and put healthy food in your fridge so it's easier for you not to see the junk food and easier for you to see the healthy food when you are hungry. So it's easier to arrange your environment to support your new habits or your good habits that will make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. The fourth principle of the book says you can stack good habits. For instance, you have the habit of drinking coffee every morning by 9 a.m. and you take 10 minutes to drink coffee every day by 9 a.m. and you found out that listening to an audiobook every day for 10 minutes will help you to be more effective. Instead of creating another time to listen to audiobook, why not listen to audiobook while taking your coffee, by putting your earpiece and taking your coffee? So it stacks the audiobook listening ability onto the coffee drinking habit and makes it more easier to compound those habits. Number 5 is environment. The power of environment says that environment is responsible for 95% of your success, and environment is stronger than willpower. So instead of crafting an environment that impedes your success, you craft an environment that propels your success. Like if TV makes it difficult for you to read, it would be nice you give away your TV and use the money to buy a library. When you're bored and you want to watch TV and you don't see TV to watch, you might just pick up the book and read. So environment is very powerful. The number 6 principle is the 2-minute rule, that any habit that takes you less than 2 minutes to do, just start it. For instance, I found out it takes less than 2 minutes for me to do 15 or 20 push-ups. So if I don't even feel like exercising, just 2 minutes to do push-ups. And the first thing in the morning when I wake up on my bed, I take 2 minutes to plank. 2 minutes plank can actually do a lot of wonders to your body. And those are micro habits that you can just do without altering or having great friction into your day. And then with time, you can build momentum with those simple 2 minute habits. Number 7 says if you can't track and measure it, you can't improve it. So learn to track and measure. That's why I wear this. This watch is an Apple Health watch that just helps me measure how many steps I take every day and how many times I stand in the day. For instance, I think I've done how many thousand steps today just by measuring. It helps me to stay in tune and know how many times I need to improve and when I'm lacking behind, because if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. If you can't measure it, you can't treasure it. So measurement and tracking helps you treasure and improve your habits. Number 8 is the compound effect of tiny habits, which is the summary of the book. All the book is saying is that if you improved 1% every day, in a year you would have improved 365% in a year. And if you take out the weekends, you would have improved 260%. There's no habit in the world, there's no ability in the world that if you are improving at the rate of 260% every year, that will not make you world class in 3 short years. That's what this book is saying. But the power of the book is that everything in the book are things you do daily. So for you to succeed daily, you need to know what to do daily. And the most powerful time for you to succeed, or the most powerful thing for you to succeed, is your daily routine. And of so many variety of things you can do in a day, there are 7 of them that are very important. And the number 1 is that you have to sleep 8 hours daily. A good life and a good sleep are the best 2 cures for anything, says an Irish proverb. The power of sleep and the usefulness of sleep is so underrated. A device called Whoop was developed just to help you monitor how well you sleep, because one of the greatest indicators of health and is a good sleep, and one of the greatest disruptors of health and cause of stress is sleep deprivation. And that's why lack of sleep can significantly harm you and harm your brain, which is where everything happens. So apart from sleeping 8 hours every day, the second thing is read 1 hour daily. Reading is so essential that Richard Steele said reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. And Jim Rohn says reading is essential for those that seek to rise above ordinary, because if you can't read, you can't lead. So if you want to lead, you must read. And the more you read, the more things you know, and the more you learn and will go places. And after reading 1 hour daily, you need to pray 1 hour daily. And because Atomic Habits says you start little, you don't need to start with 1 hour. You can start with 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of prayer, and then grow with time as you improve percentage-wise. So prayer is very important, that whether you pray or meditate, they are all prayers, because the gift of learning to meditate is the greatest gift you can give yourself in this life, according to Soga Rinpoche. So this is very, very important. The third thing you do daily is exercise daily. One of the presidents that was very big on physical exercise and even introduced physical and health education in American schools is President John F. Kennedy. He said physical fitness is not only one of the most important things to a healthy body, it's also very important for a dynamic and creative mind. So the intellectual value of exercise is usually greatly undermined. Exercise not only helps your body to be sharp, helps you to be more intelligent. So exercise is very important, because my mentor Jim Rohn said, take care of your body because it's the only place you have to live. Exercise builds the vitality of this body so that this body becomes a more efficient, a more easy, more swift vehicle for you to drive through and experience this existential experiment called life. And the fifth thing is to socialize daily. Socializing is not on social media, please. Social media is not socializing. Socializing is physical interaction, because man is a social being. Trying to socialize on social media is like trying to face reality by watching reality TV. So that it's not the same. So, and meeting people is so powerful, because the law of association is one of the greatest law, and the Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. So meeting people, better people, sharpens you to be better. Meeting worse people sharpens you to be worse. So try and socialize into better circles. And then work. Work is the only thing that gives essence to life. Without occupation and work, man will be wasted. Nothing gives life more essence than work. So the sixth thing you do daily is you work 8 hours daily, because 8 hours is so important that anything that cannot occupy and preoccupy you for 8 hours daily for at least 10 years, and from the profit you make from that thing can fund your dream life, is too small to be your occupation. So working doesn't mean you do menial or less work than you. You can start from menial work but improve until you get an occupation that can fund your dream life after 10 years. So what you have to do, you can do it until you can do what you want to do. What you want to do is a very efficient work that pays and can fund your dream life. But what you have to do is to start from the menial jobs and start growing, because nothing works until you do. That's Maya Angelou. And one of the greatest things that can uplift all of humanity is work, by Martin Luther King. So when you do the math of after sleeping 8 hours daily, taking 4 hours to work on yourself, your reading, your exercise, your socializing and your praying, and taking another 8 hours to work on your job, you have 4 hours left for you to build a life. Praying is not a life. Reading is not a life. Socializing is not life. Life is those exhilarating adventures you have with family and friends. Watching your kids grow up is life. Helping your kids gain experience is life. Going around the world to experience different adventure is life. Breaking your limitations is life. So you take 4 hours, because the purpose of life is to live it. It's not to work. It's not to sleep. It's to experience the utmost of life. The best things of life are reserved for those that live life daily. So that's how you can build a routine. But the specific things you prioritize in this routine for you to live the best life and live well are 7 things. Number 1, you should prioritize your skills daily. Number 2, you should prioritize time for ideas, especially when you have to think, ideate, or brainstorm. You should prioritize daily your investment. How much comes into your hands daily and how much of it is invested into a vehicle that is simple, sustainable, and secured. Number four, you should prioritize your relationship. Where are the valuable people and where can you meet them to glean value from them? Number 5, you should prioritize family. Make sure your family is always a priority and you prioritize family, and prioritize your own family from the family you came from. The family you're going to build is more important than the family you came from, because you didn't choose the family you came from, but you decide the family you're going to build. Just like the richest man in the world one time, Bill Gates, said, it's not your fault if you are born poor. It's your fault if you die poor. The same thing I'll say with family. It's not your fault if you are born in a dysfunctional family, but it's your fault if you build a dysfunctional family. So prioritize your family building daily. Number 6, you also prioritize your faith, because the index of life is belief. Your life will shrink or contract to the level of your belief. So whatever you believe in, you have to study, practice, and teach that thing. If you believe in God or Christianity, study the Bible, practice the Bible, and teach the Bible. If you believe in Islam, study the Quran, practice the Quran, and teach the Quran. Whatever you believe, you have to build your faith. And the final thing that helps you build every other thing is your confidence. Confidence is one of the greatest markers of success. That if you can build confidence, you can build success. And every day is an opportunity for you to build your confidence. And while pursuing all this, the secret is to be happy with what you are, what you have, in pursuit of what you want to become. So being happy daily is more important than being happy when you achieve your dream. Being happy daily is more important than being happy when you get married. Being happy daily is more important than being happy when you get rich. The best thing is to use happiness to travel the journey. Because one of the people that changed my mindset on happiness is Sam Rosen. He said, money does not bring creativity and happiness. Creativity and happiness brings money. When I learned that happiness could bring money, I started shouting, "Hey, lele pimpi!" Because when you're happy, you are more attractive and you deliver more. And Winston Churchill put it most as, we make a living by the remuneration we get from our labor, but we make a life by what we give. So don't just make a living, live a life. And finally, success, you will agree with me, is what we do daily, and that's what I've been trying to tell you in the last 30 minutes, to do it daily. But don't think it daily. Don't plan it daily. Just do it daily. Because Nike will say, just do it. And it's only doers that are winners when you do it daily. And why? If you don't have a strong enough why for you to do it daily, you won't be able to bear with the anyhow challenges that will be coming through the day. But the greatest why is happiness, because happiness is the only essence of life. God didn't send us into this world to see how much action we'll take daily. God sent us to this world to see how much we can make him happy daily, make ourselves happy daily, and make others happy daily. So happiness is the essence of everything. And the only thing that creates happiness is not the knowledge of knowing that you can succeed daily and the best time to succeed daily. It's the action of doing it daily, because action, not knowledge alone, is the greatest source of happiness. So no procrastinator that postpones action will be happy, because you postpone action, you postpone your happiness. So only doers are happy. At the end of this video, I hope you have made it worth your time for you to be happy, because if you dare to succeed daily, you dare to be happy. If you dare do your dreams daily. Thank you so much, and go do it daily. My name is Maes China. I'm a real estate success strategist and Africa's biggest value monger. And we have found out that the greatest value in the world is learning and earning. So in this channel, we'll be giving you knowledge for you to learn, and we'll be generous with money for you to earn and go become rich. But it starts with subscribing, turning on the notification bell, and if you find value, share it with your friends. Have you subscribed? Many people miss life because they drift through life by postponing life, hoping they will live life tomorrow. One of my best quotations on life and the importance of daily taking advantage of today and lifetime being only today and the only time that ever existed and will ever exist being only today is from the cartoon and animation series called The Kung Fu Panda. In part 1 of The Kung Fu Panda, Master Oogway told a worried panda and said, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. And that's why it's called present. The only gift you get in this life is the gift of today's. If you check your life has been an accumulation of today. Today is the only day you have. You can't have yesterday and you don't know what tomorrow will bring and you are not sure of tomorrow. The only sure bet and the sure play of life is today. So success is not something you do tomorrow. Success is not something you should have done yesterday. Success is something you do today. And today is the most precious gift that every day the universe gives you 24 fresh checks, leaflets of 1 hour every day, 24 of them. What you do within each of those hours will determine your success and your failure. Failure is not 1 hour. Success is not 1 hour. Failure is the accumulation of the several 1 hours neglected or postponed. Success is the accumulation of the several 1 hours exploited, developed, and used. So you need to use your time every day. The best time for you to succeed is daily. What you do daily not only determines what you become, it determines what you will get, and it determines how you end. You decide every day to live in the street called excellence, to live in the street called giving your best, to live in the street called improving your craft and your skills, to live in the street called constant and never ending improvement. Then you're going to come home every day to the house called success, to the house called wealth and riches, to the house called fame, to the house called freedom. And it is only the consistent, passionate pursuit of that daily exploitation of those one hours that is success. And not only will it lead you to fulfilling experiences beyond your wildest dreams, but it will leave you as a shining example of what we can make out of this existential experiment called life. Life is not an experiment to see how much you can make out of life. No, life is an experiment to see how much you can make out of the 24 hours given to you daily, because your time is your life, and the usage and the exploitation of time to succeed is success. That's why life is called a lifetime. So we have nothing in this life, have no currency, no resource greater than time given to us as a universe. And one of my best quotes says, your life is the gift of God to you. What you make of your life is your gift to God. And I put it this way, your days and your daily 24 hours is the gift of God to you. How much success, productivity, and profit you can make of those 24 hours is your gift to God. Be like the good servant that turned his 5 talents within the 24 hours into 10 talents. And the master said, good and faithful servant, you shall receive more. And avoid to be like the unfaithful servant that took the 1 hour he was given and buried the time and never did anything with the 24 hours. And when the master came, he called him the foolish, unprofitable, and wicked servant, sent him to the place of utter darkness and gnashing of teeth. If you overcomplicate success, you will never succeed. Because Confucius said, this life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Don't complicate your success by trying to succeed in any other time than today. What you do with your daily 1 hour, no matter how little, if they are consistent and you can succeed in those little things, then you build success beyond your wildest imagination. And when your story is told after now, not only will it be an inspiring story that will wow you, but it will be a story that will outlive you, because when we die, the only thing we leave on this earth is our stories. Let our stories not be the ones that will make our children and the people that will hear it cry. Let it be the ones that will make our children and the people that will hear it say, wow. That is the challenge of success, and that's the only time to succeed. See you in your daily routine. So you've heard it all. Sometimes the worst time for you to succeed is someday, but the best time for you to succeed is daily. And if you do it daily, not only will you be working towards success daily, but doing it daily will make success start working towards you, that at a point success will start chasing you. And even if you hide in the rabbit hole, success will find you there if you dare succeed in the best time space of daily. To see other videos that will help you appreciate the principles you need to succeed, the daily habits and the daily actions you need for you to succeed, click on the link above and I'll see you on the other side.
Hey, Lele Pinky, is super duper amazing that you found my content valuable enough for you to watch till the end. Only 5% of exceptional people do that. You're exceptional and I deeply love and appreciate you. Hey, Lele Pinky! Don't just watch to learn, watch to take action. And the first action is subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any of our daily value action. Remember, only doers are winners.